When they say your thoughts become your reality, what do they actually mean and what's the science behind that? We're going to get into that today and how to approach a mindset from a quantum physics perspective so that we can conquer our 2021. Hi, humanity. My name is Chloe. I'm a real estate investor and prop tech advisor. I started this YouTube channel and the HI with Chloe community because I wanted to shift the emphasis from AI, artificial intelligence, to HI, which is human intelligence, because a better me is a better we, which is a better humanity. And the reason why we are on this earth is to fulfill our soul purpose. So let's get in touch with our souls, our intuition, and make sure that we are taking care of our minds, our bodies, and our souls. Today, we're going to focus on the mind. We're talking about the mindset, right? So we all hear all of this stuff like law of attraction and manifestation, and your thoughts become your reality, but how the F does it actually become your reality? So let's dig into the science. So here's the science behind it. Everything is energy motion. Remember third grade science? Brrr, everything is moving. Everything is energy in motion at all times. Even a table that feels solid is really just closely condensed energy particles. I mean, think about water. You can have water as water, ice, or steam, but the bonding angle is still 104 degrees, right? No matter what state it's in. So energy is consistently in motion. So if you have a thought, that thought is creating energy, and that energy that goes out becomes a molecule, and that molecule is a stress molecule. So when we go through life and we think about our reality, is a lot of times people create unhealth in their reality, right? So they're not healthy. But how do they create unhealth in their reality? It's because they're causing the body to excrete more cortisol, and it's affecting the adrenals and things of that nature. So how do we get into a place where we're just excreting DHEA and oxytocin and happy molecules? Let's get into that. Our thoughts create an energy. The energy becomes a molecule, and the molecule is either positive or negative. That energy and that molecule creates our consciousness, and it is what we are all about. Now, consciousness affects our health and reality even stronger than what we thought our thoughts create, right? Because it's like a chain reactions. So, how does consciousness change our reality, and how can I prove that to you? Obviously, we're not going to get too deep into science. None of us are scientists over here, and I am definitely not a quantum physicist, and I am not a neuroscientist either. I am just somebody who is obsessed with science, but I know very little, and I'm going to try to break this down in a way that is very easily digestible. Let's talk about consciousness a little bit. Consciousness can affect the four forces of physics. What are they? We have electromagnetism. I can obviously speak English, right? Gravity, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force. Now, the nuclear force, if you remember, is kind of like the nucleus is pulling everything inwards. It's kind of like the gravity of Earth, if you have to visualize it. So consciousness affects these four forces of physics. And it was proven because I am trying to remember who made this experiment, but they put 4 or 5 monks into a room, and they actually had the monks send healing energy to water, and they were able to see the molecules of water change. Now, I have done many experiments in water before, and I am happy to make another video about that. Water is so important in society. That's why there's holy water. That's why people get baptized in water. That's why we go to the mikveh in water. We get dunked in water, because water is a conduit of so much. Why do you think that in certain religions they say people turn water into wine? It's all about water, and water holds your energy. And so, how do we have proof of this? There were 2 experiments that were done. Let's get into the first experiment. Experiment number 1, a bunch of monks went into a room and they sat there, and there was vats of water. And basically what they did was they tested the molecules under a microscope. And what they saw is that, backtrack a minute, water is H2O, hydrogen and oxygen connected. And the angle on which it's connected is 104 degrees. That 104 degrees connection never changes despite the state of ice, water, or steam. But when the monks meditated and sent healing energy towards the water's angle actually decreased from 104 degrees. That was the only time it ever changed. And so that proves that consciousness can change reality. that consciousness affects the four forces of physics, that our thoughts become our reality. No, it's not like, oh my God, I want ice cream, boom, it appears. That's not how it is. We're not magicians, we're not gods, we're not creators of the universe. We are co-creators, and we have the ability to bend and affect the laws of the energy that's around us, but we are not necessarily magicians over here. So our thoughts create particles, which are our molecules, and those molecules are able to change our consciousness. That consciousness is able to even change the physics of forces that are outside of us within our vicinity. So a quick hack, if you have issues loving yourself, let's say you don't love yourself and people are telling you, oh, have some more self-love, have some more self-love, and you just want to shoot them in the face because you're like, what does that mean, have more self-love? It's such a difficult thing to just teach. So what do? Grab some water. Oh, Trader Joe's. Okay, see, I'm being sustainable. I actually prefer to do glass cup of water, and then you put your hands on either side. You don't let your fingers touch. Okay, and then you can close your eyes, and the practice is I love you, I love you, I love you, or I like to think of my nieces laughing and joking, and my nieces and nephews, and I'm like, oh my God, they're so cute, and I feel so much love in my heart, and then I think about all the things that I love, and then I just start to feel the source energy. When you meditate and you can feel the source energy and you get like goosebumps throughout your body and you kind of just feel God, the universe, get there and then hold that. You could do it for a minute, 2 minutes. You could do it for a minute every day for 30 days or 7 days. I challenge you, go for it. I've done it when I started my journey after being abused. So I would do that, and then I would put that into the water, and then I would make my Hebrew Jewish blessing on the water, and it was just thanking the universe for creating everything and giving me sustenance, and then I would drink the water. And trust me, you can feel the difference. I actually did a little of an experiment based on the teachings of Dr. Emoto. That's the second experiment I want to talk to you about. Dr. Emoto was a scientist in Japan. What he would do is study the different formations of the water molecules under a microscope. And he took water molecules from all over the world, and he would look and compare molecules of water that were in a swamp first in clean water, and the molecular structure of it was very different, kind of have like every snowflake is a different structure and different pattern. It was like that. And if you've ever heard the old wives' tale, oh, sing to your plants, or like sing to your cake while it's baking in the oven, or don't make any loud noises, that's exactly what it is, because the frequency of love, could be 743 hertz, and the frequency of hate is, maybe, 210 hertz. And so you want to make sure that you are speaking the right frequency so that the plants can flourish and so that your cake will rise really nicely. So that old wives' tale is actually backed up by science. So these two experiments of the healing, the monks that were able to bend the angle of the molecules show that we can actually have our consciousness affect the four forces of physics. And then the second one, where Dr. Emoto was able to show how different water in different environments flourished and crystallized differently. In conclusion, this works. So bless your water before you drink it. Write in positive love affirmations. I will teach you how to hack the water on a different level if you want to manifest. But what you say to yourself really counts, because I love you is alive and I hate you is dead. And just bless your water. And like Dr. Emoto says, bless your water, put the positive frequency and intention into it and allow it to infiltrate. Now that we know that our consciousness can affect our reality, I think it's a good enough reason for us to believe to start being positive, right? But if you're anything like me, a realist, an intellectual, a philosopher, a debater, it's not so easy to be like, oh my God, I'm going to be positive today. Like Tony Robbins, rah, rah, rah. I mean, sometimes it's just like, all right, guys, like reality. That's my personality type. I'm a little bit more of like a dark humor. I'm not like a cheerleader, rah, rah, rah. It's not my personality type. It's not the way I perceive the universe, and it's not the way I see things. So now let's talk about, if our consciousness affects our reality and our thoughts create our reality and our health, then how can we make sure that we are having a positive perception on the universe so that we can have that? So I hope this video was helpful. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. If you don't like my content, give me a thumbs down. It's okay. I can take it. But if there's something that you really want to know about, put it in the comment below. I promise to read them and respond to you guys in a timely manner.